Why motivation always fades after a few days. Motivation doesn't disappear. Your brain shuts it down. Motivation was never the problem. You start strong, focused, inspired, certain this time is different. Then, days later, it fades. Not because you're lazy, not because you lack discipline, but because motivation was never designed to last. In this video, you'll learn why motivation always fades, what your brain replaces it with, and the moment near the end that explains why relying on motivation actually keeps you stuck. Once you understand this, peace replaces pressure. Why motivation fails. Stay with me. This will change how you approach growth forever. Motivation is an emotional spike. Motivation is not a strategy. It's a temporary emotional surge. It appears when something feels new, hope feels possible, emotion is high. Your brain releases dopamine, the anticipation chemical. But here's the problem. Dopamine drops once action becomes familiar. Motivation fades the moment routine begins. And what happens next explains why so many people quit. Motivation is temporary. The brain hates sustained effort. Your brain is an energy-saving machine. Motivation costs energy. Consistency costs less, but only after repetition. Most people miss this. The brain resists anything that feels inefficient, even growth. That resistance feels like loss of motivation. What's something you started strong, but stopped after a few days? And once resistance appears, motivation collapses even faster. The brain saves energy. Motivation collapses. Under pressure, motivation thrives in freedom. It dies under pressure. The moment you say, "I have to do this," your nervous system hears threat. It gets worse. Pressure activates stress hormones. Stress shuts down motivation. That's why motivation disappears the moment expectations rise. And now we reach the biggest lie about discipline. Pressure kills motivation. Discipline is misunderstood. Here's the insane moment most people never realize. Discipline is not force. It's emotional safety. People who stay consistent don't feel more motivated, they feel calmer. Motivation fades. Calm remains. That's why calm people outperform motivated ones long term. If you want calm psychology that actually creates consistency, subscribe. Everything here is built for sustainable growth, not burnout. So what replaces motivation? Calm beats motivation. Why willpower fails? Willpower is a finite resource. It drains with stress, decision-making, emotional effort. Most people build systems that rely on willpower, then blame themselves when it runs out. That's not failure. That's biology. Comment, calm, if you're tired of forcing yourself forward. And this leads to the real engine of change. Willpower runs out. What actually creates consistency? Consistency comes from safety, clarity, low emotional friction, small actions, low resistance, repeated calmly. You don't need more motivation. You need fewer emotional obstacles. And this brings us to the final truth. Lower resistance wins. Motivation fades because it was never meant to last. Calm builds because it doesn't fight the brain. When you stop chasing motivation and start building safety, consistency becomes effortless. Motivation is emotional. Pressure kills it. Calm sustains action. Safety creates growth. Watch next. Why calm people change faster than motivated ones. Calm is the new discipline. Thanks for watching.